Welcome in, everyone, to the Challenge Aftershow tonight. Pamela and I are talking about the Challenge, Season 41, Vets and New Threats, Episode 3. I am the challenge. I can't wait to talk about that.
Wow.
Pamela, before we break down this whole kit and caboodle here, give me some overall thoughts and I'll give you some of mine.
Okay, overall, I loved it again. I thought it was a great episode. I thought the competition was hard and
Mm.
interesting. There was enough drama and personal story to keep me involved. And I am starting to know the difference between Ben, Will, and Luke.
You're Will Jake. I believe you're talking about Jake.
Jake. I know who Ben is now, put it that way.
Yeah,
I got some Ben. He was Cara's partner tonight. I was like, Ben, okay, I got it. I know who
yeah.
he is.
Overall thoughts from my end. It's an interesting season. It's a fun season. Just the random elements that the producers are throwing in, I think, is fun. The relationships that we've seen so far is fun. I'm not hating the mixing up of teammates as much as I thought I would because I wanted to kind of root for certain teams, but now it's just like I'm just rooting for individuals, like we talked about last week.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, there's a couple people that I really didn't like tonight. Uh,
Okay.
it might be different people than you didn't like tonight. Like, every week I'm like, oh, I didn't like this person. I liked them the other week, but now I don't like them all of a sudden. There's a few that really just got under my skin, but I don't think it's going to be the people that you might be thinking of right now. So there's your teaser.
I
Yeah.
have one guess that I'm not even going to say until we get to it for who you didn't like. That, of course, I liked, but we'll
Oh,
save
okay.
it for when we get to that part. I also think on a big overall thought, we're giving Olivia way too much credit here, and that's fine. She can
There's a
get.
lot of people giving
There's a
Olivia
lot of people
credit.
giving Olivia, and I'm not this. That's not even meant to insult Olivia. I guess Banana specifically. It's like Olivia and her minions. It's like I don't think Olivia is the brain trust, and I don't think he thinks that either. So we'll get into that.
Hmm.
I did also agree with you. I absolutely did not hate. I like that they're banging into it. Like I said, the partner picking, and it takes 5 minutes. The
Yeah, I
partner
mean, they're just at this point.
selections.
Yeah, they're like, hey, we got a few minutes left at the end of this episode. Let's just get the partner thing over with now. So next week we can just get right into whatever we want now. Like they're doing it so fast. I mean, they already picked partners for next week, so
Oh, they did. Ooh, I
they
didn't
sh-
watch
they
the
they
last
showed it at
30
the end real
minutes after.
quick.
Oh,
Pamela, the last shot was them all just picking the partners real fast, rapid fire, right at the elimination. They did it
I'm
some.
gonna have to watch that. Okay.
It's it
So
was it's a nothing burger though because I don't know who I couldn't tell you tonight who half the people were partnered with. You just forget.
I do write it down. The way I've been writing it down is that I'll write down the partners and then I'll jot notes on like during the competition next to them and then more deep thoughts. So that's sort of keeping me organized, keeping me
Yeah.
honest.
I just
Um,
like if you like, could you tell me last week who Karma was partnered with?
I
I,
mean,
I have no idea. I mean,
I'd
yes, if
have
you
to look.
Pamela, no, but I don't need to know. I'm just
No,
saying off the top of your head, right? Exactly. That's my
absolutely
point.
not. No.
Well,
The
that's my point because
only
I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you.
No, unless they win or they're like there's a plot story because they had a fight or something.
Hmm.
Again, last week was semi-Olivia heavy too, and I don't mind it. I like Olivia. It's just interesting. It's just
Okay.
interesting.
Well, let's start breaking this down. The first thing we see is the selection. They go right into it. So just my point is they do the selection at the top of this episode, but at the end of the episode they did another selection for next week. That's all I was saying. So now we got the selection to start it off. The big controversy here, or Gabe is upset because he's basically chosen last by Nia, and he doesn't. Here's my thing. I don't think Gabe has watched a season of the challenge ever. And within the first couple episodes here, he's already discovered how bad of a competitor Nia is. Now, obviously, huge mistake as a rookie to say any of these things out loud. Just mind your P's and Q's and try to stay under the radar because all the vets are going after the rookies right now. And that's how it always is usually, right? So, like, why would you make any moves if you're a rookie, like saying stuff like that? But Gabe's 100% right. Naya's not very good at this at the show, and what I'm confused about is she says she tweaked her knee in episode 1 when she was climbing up and down that mountain for that first initial challenge that wasn't even a daily challenge, whatever the hell that was. It was for placement of choosing your teammate. It's been another couple weeks now, Pamela, and she's still just kind of she did episode one, she did a daily challenge, she did episode two, she did another daily challenge, and now episode three, she's like, you know what? I think it's finally time for me to get this thing checked out. I I
I mean,
don't understand how it all even like
I can
I didn't see her
explain.
walking with a limp. I just don't really understand how this all went. And Gabe's I think Gabe is justifiably upset because we saw what and everything that he said came to fruition too, which was the craziest part. But I'll let you well, let's talk about that to start here, which is the whole Nia Gabe thing.
I
Because that's the big thing to start.
Okay, so that was the big thing to start. Naya, I can explain which I can reiterate. Her words were like, it's not getting better, it's getting worse. Like I thought
Right.
it was just a minor tweak, but now I'm realizing it's getting worse. They never declare what's wrong. I'm not saying Gabe is wrong for not wanting Naya as a partner per se.
Yeah.
I'm saying everything she said to him when she dressed him down, I thought was 100% accurate. And you did not earn the right to sit and talk shit about me, child. I agree. Like little kid who's just on the, I'm like, she's not wrong. Where in the beginning I was sort of team Gabe.
Let me ask you this real quick then, Pam. Did
Yes.
you feel the same way when people were dressing down bananas during the what's it called? The voting time.
Apples and oranges, my friend Dan.
During
That's not
nominations. Oh, apples and oranges. Okay,
all.
that's interesting. All right.
Bananas was they are apples and oranges. I think because so Bananas dressing down, he had a self-imposed public spectacle. So you are inviting criticism when you publicly spectacle yourself, first of all.
He was
Second of
standing,
all,
but my point is he was standing up for himself the same way Nia was, just
he
in a
wasn't
different.
standing up for himself. He was
Okay.
just standing up. No one, he just stood up and declared things. No
Okay.
one, he wasn't in defense of anything.
Okay.
Naya said, oh, I heard you talking shit about being my partner. And A, shut up, last pick. B, shut up. I've won a daily. I've been in two finals. What the fuck have you done? And she's not wrong. It's like,
She's been
again,
to one final, I believe, and
to
didn't
do,
win.
according to her and her dressing down. Because I was like, okay.
We should. I'll look it up. I'll look it up because I'm
She
curious. I
said it.
think it's
It
just
might have
one
been
though,
a
but
team situation. But when she said that, I was like, she's right. Even if you're, again, poor Anissa, our forever punching bag, but even if you're Anissa and you're forever not winning at this, I'm sorry if some rookie that came in and was picked last was like shit talking me and I heard about it to my friends and my peers. I'd be like, I don't care if I'm the worst thing the challenge has ever seen. Shut the fuck up. You
but
shut the
she's acting. Naya's been on 6 seasons, I believe. I'm still looking it up here, but and I think she's only been to one final. But she's talking to Gabe as if like, look how good I am at the challenge. You shouldn't be saying these things about me. To me, as a fan of the show, and I've watched Naya throughout, I'm like, God, she's not a good competitor. Gabe, my point is, Gabe's noticing this, and I don't think he's ever seen even one thing of the challenge. Now, I'm not saying he should have publicly came out with it because it's an awful move for any rookie. We all know that. But what he's saying to me is facts. So yes, she dressed him down, but I don't think what she said was that amazing. Like she's acting like we should all be impressed that she made it to one final and didn't win, but she's been on 6 seasons overall and basically always goes home early. So that's just where I'm coming from with that
What
part.
what I'm saying, and back to my Anissa analogy, is Gabe, you have not earned the right to talk shit about Naya. Shut the fuck up. If you want to talk about it very quietly with one of your close,
Very quietly, yeah.
great. But as you said, it's not a bright move, and he was not quiet about it. And again, because Gabe seems strong and capable, and the fact that he's being picked last, makes me wonder, although then I have to say the same thing for Tay, who seems great to me as she just now an obvious choice, but both of them, I'm like, they seem like solid competitors to me. Why are these rookies always being picked last? So the fact that he was picked last, and I'm not saying that Tay or Gabe that it didn't just shake out that way strategically or alliance wise or what have you, but to me, Gabe looks, it's like if Jeremy was picked last, it's like, well, what's Jeremy doing that's rubbing people the wrong way then? And now I can sort of see why. Gabe might have a big mouth and it might get him into trouble as it did tonight. I will say I'm a fan of a come around, and spoiler alert on that Gabe and Nia plot. they did sort of resolve it, which I thought was the smartest thing he could do. And I thought good of her to say like thank you and I'm over it now. She
Right. But
wasn't gonna hang on
so
to it.
I don't, and my opinion on that is I don't think Gabe meant any of it. He was just trying to save his own ass. I don't think he believed half the stuff he was saying. He was saying it just because, okay, well, I have to be, he even said it's like, oh, I got to be partnered with her. We probably won't ever work again
Oh,
together
don't
after
believe his
this.
apology. Sorry. I was like, don't believe he was saying, I believe he believed. Okay, you mean in his, I'm sorry, you're
Yeah.
great. Oh, but fuck no.
No,
No, he's like, thanks for telling me what to say, Leroy. I mean, that was his, I don't think he
right.
believed it either, but he was smart enough to politic and make nice, which again, we'll get to this when we get to like the end, but because well,
Okay. Let me give you, just
I
because
don't believe he
I just
believed either. I'm with you.
I just pulled it up. This is Naya's overall everything she's ever done. Okay.
Okay.
She was on one, two, three, four seasons of the flagship, including this one. So now that's five. One, two, three, four, five. She didn't make it to a final in any of those. She obviously went home tonight. She also did an All Stars season, All Stars 3, and that's where she made it to her one final appearance. Okay. And didn't win. And then she did something called, oh, she was on World Championship, Global Seasons World Championship. Why can't I remember what the hell that was? And she didn't do anything on that. So she's this is 7 seasons now with one final appearance that she didn't win. And that's when she dressed down Gabe saying, you need to respect me and not say things behind my back. Now, to me,
Yes.
I I don't agree with how Gabe said it to the whole house, but I think Gabe has every right inside to be like this. I don't want to be paired with someone that sucks, and I think Nia sucks at the challenge. That's me. That's it, and that's what I'll say with that. So,
I don't, no one's going to sit here and say he doesn't have a right to say that. Nye is an ace competitor. That's not what his where his error is, in my opinion.
but when she dressed him down, Pam, do you agree that she used her history, her whatever with the challenge to say like this is why you shouldn't say these things about me because I am such a great competitor? Well, her stats don't show that she's been a great competitor. That's all I'm saying.
And I am saying it's a respect your elder situation. You do not, it's like if someone that I declared was a loser at life and we walked out of a store and I was like, "Did you see that loser that was selling shoes?" And he was like, "Excuse me, I've been to Vietnam. I graduated It's like I've lived more than you, so shut the fuck up." I don't think she's saying I'm so great. She's saying I have worlds more experience and her
Oh,
now
oh,
this is I understand what you're saying. I don't think that her point was I am a challenge champion. Fuck you. I think her point was you don't come in here off the street in my house and start talking shit to, again, my peers. It's like
I
show some
agree.
respect. Not necessarily respect that I'm a top competitor, but respect that I've got a lot more knowledge about this than you, and I've done a lot more than you have. So shut your mouth. Because
And challenge related 100%. And you know what? At the end of the show, TJ calls her a legend, which is another absurd. What a reach that is. I don't know why TJ would say that. But let's say this I'll give Nia some props. She is a legend when it comes to me watching her on the real world. That season where she had people like Jordan, Avery, Johnny, a lot of people to compete with for screen time and just big personalities and all that. She did stand out on that show. She was like the ultimate villain character and she played it great. So I'll give her 100% props. That Portland season of The Real World that she is on, Jordan, Avery, Johnny for their relationship
it's
stuff, they
amazing.
made that season. They made that season. So I'll give her props there. But as far as after that and her coming onto the show, her it's nothing to even it's nothing to write home about.
She
It's
is
just
not
not.
a competition legend, but here we are 20 minutes into our podcast talking about Naya. So she is certainly
Well, this
something.
is her episode though, Pamela, and she's already gone. So guess what? We're never going to talk about her again. If we
I
had to talk about her at some point, Pamela, it's got to be tonight. She's already gone. She
I
went
would
home.
consider her a legend the same way I would consider I don't know. Is she an athlete and a challenge star competitor? No. Is she a legend? Sure. Yeah, I would say she's a personality legend. I don't know. Whatever. But I like Naya. I mean, I think between watching her over the course of however many gazillion years we've been watching her from the real world to now, she went from villain to dare I say, most grounded, relatable, almost one of them characters to, I think I'm a Naya fan. I don't know where I put that, but I definitely love and appreciate Naya. So I'm always happy to see her, whether she's gonna wear jeans up a mountain or and go home or not. I still feel like she's valuable real estate. On the to
She's
me, I'd rather
she's
see
one of
her than
those.
Amanda.
And to me, Naya is one of those characters that, yeah, if it's 2005, 2009, 2000, even 2010, yeah, I want to see her on shows like this. But now that the format's changed and everything, I don't need to see her anymore on the show. That's me. If
Agreed.
it's if
Yeah.
it's old school reality TV, you put Naya in front of me. I want to watch the craziness go down, but not so
I
much
like,
anymore.
dare I say, on your, and I like this because God, even our greats are not so great right now, which we're going to have to sort of get at if we're talking purely
We'll break it
physical
down. Lots of DQs
competition.
tonight. Lots of DQs tonight.
Not DQs, but literally our Olympians are DQing. So we'll get to that in a second, but
Our
there
Olympians.
are Olympians, or one of them. We
Well,
are
yeah, okay.
definitely getting to a point in time where even some of them are not, some of them, CT, are not in shape, but even a very in shape, I'm starting to get what you're saying. These young guns, these young studs, these stallions, these kids that are coming in, it is a different situation nowadays. So I think having said that, there are still some on the vet side good competitors, but Naya, at this point, it's like you're on the old side. Like we expect different things from you. I expect different things from the 20 somethings than the
Well, I mean, Pamela, just for instance, imagine if every single person had to climb up that tower tonight and you didn't get to split the duties. Like, I can't imagine trying to see CT. He's not doing it. Anissa, she's not doing it. Naya, she's not doing it. Like, they're not making it up. Well, Naya couldn't even compete. No matter what, Naya wasn't doing it because she couldn't even compete.
yeah.
Um, yeah,
Okay, so Theo, that's our Olympian that DQ'd.
right.
Theo couldn't do it.
Well,
Like
that's
that
fine.
was the
Yeah.
biggest hunk of bullshit I ever saw. I That offended me more than like Naya wearing jeans. Like Theo, come on. And
Well, I mean, look,
I liked Olivia dogging him for she's like, everyone talks about Big Bad Theo, but like I'm not seeing it. I
yeah, she dogged her own baby daddy right there. Yeah, now that we know. Now they're not engaged, or are they engaged now, or I don't even know. But they're having a kid. I know they're having a kid. Um, yeah. All right. So, well, anything else on the Naya stuff? Because and then when we get to the banana stuff, I mean, I'll tell you why I mean, I'm not defending what he said 100%, but we'll get into the banana stuff. But to me, I don't want to get into the banana stuff yet. There's
No,
too much
let's
here.
save it. But
We'll save
Dan,
it.
this is good because we've been so on the same page lately that this is going to be a nice, healthy debate because I think
I
we're
think we're gonna be for the most part with the banana stuff. I think we might be on the same page, but there's gonna be one thing where I'm like, all right, wait, we'll get into it. There's your
okay.
teaser. Da, 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 da. We could talk about Derek's B-Day party, I guess, real quick. That was in the vignettes here before the daily challenge. The only thing I want to say is there was a few people that were upsetting me tonight. Naya was one of them, and we kind of discussed that a little bit on why that was. Um, and then slowly but surely throughout the night, Michaela started bothering me. But that's
That's
just
exactly that was my we're going to disagree because I bet Michaela bugged you and I loved her.
every single it was like every time they went to her, she annoyed me more and more and more throughout the damn episode with every one of her little snide comments.
I knew she
Pissed
was going
me
to
off.
annoy you and I was like, my girl Michaela, she's
I
in.
can't I don't understand what she's trying to do. Like is she you need to get into an alliance, Michaela, and you just want to be solo. You think everyone's dumb. She thinks her shit don't stink. I mean, this is really the way that she's portraying herself, that is to how I'm receiving it and perceiving it. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's how I'm getting it. And I'll give you the first. Well, let me give you the first comment that she makes that started to annoy me, and then you can tell me the other side of things. Maybe when Cara Maria is doing that funny stand-up gig, which I actually thought was kind of fun. She's like, she's bringing some life back to the party or to the show, where it's like it's okay to make fun of each other, guys. We're having a good time here. It's all in good fun. And Michaela says Cara has no idea what's going on in this game.
Oh, I think she said in the house. Not
In the house. But either way, like why is she even why was that even a talking head? Why does she feel that way about Kara? Kara is doing her own thing too. I get that. But what is Kara not getting? What am I mean, we're so early on too, by the way.
I'm gonna blame I did clock that and thought, does she mean Cara Maria's sort of on an island on her own and that she's not gaming
Not in
with
an
them
alliance, but then I
almost?
put that to Michaela, where's your alliance? Like that's what I was thinking too. But you know what I mean? But wait,
Well,
yeah.
I don't know because it was so like every clip they played in the opening like teaser. I was like, they really Frankensteined these clips out of. It made it seem like it was going to be like, I do not want to have your baby, Theo. Like from all different, I don't want to. They really hodgepodge some clips together. So who knows what Michaela was talking about.
Right.
Did notice that, and I thought it was obnoxious of that, but I felt like that was that was
Like,
weird.
was it
Actually,
even in regards to her stand-up, or was it,
probably
you know
not.
what I mean?
That's
Like, it
why.
made no sense. I was like, wait, what? I said, because I was, my thought was though, because it was put on right after she did her stand-up or whatever. It was like, so just because she's joking around with everybody, she doesn't know what's going on in the house? Like, I don't understand how that's related. I couldn't.
No, I think in during some interview they said, Michaela, where do you think Cara Maria stands on the Will Olivia drama, or Will and what's D? And she probably to that replied, Cara Maria has no idea what's going on in the house, and they
Right.
decided to put that there,
Right.
which
It was just so
was
random. And I just like, I was like,
not just
maybe
the way it was edited. It seemed like it was a dig at Cara Maria
was,
in
yeah.
that moment, but I don't think it had anything to do. Now that you're saying that, I just thought that's a weird say to Cara's funny.
Right. That's why I was like, okay, so that was weird. And then we'll get into Michaela later, but she just keeps going on and on. And it's sorry. So those are two that were frustrating me, Nia and Michaela, and then the bananas thing. I mean, he is ridiculous. I mean, he definitely some of the things he was saying, I was like, come on, dude, you don't need to be saying this stuff. Everybody, all right, never mind. There's more teasers for we gotta wait on it. Okay. Let's get into the water tower stuff, or unless you have anything, there's nothing really else at the beginning, really.
I guess
But
my other overall that I just think is so
mm,
dumb, and it's one of those things that's just overall makes me mad, even though I'm loving this and I love the episode.
yeah,
If Naya, so TJ announces during the thing, oh Naya, you can't compete, therefore whatever, you're automatically in elimination. How's she gonna be in an elimination if she can't compete in the daily?
Pamela,
And then
there's
I was
more.
like, did they get the results during the daily and she was cleared? That was
It's absurd.
it's
It
absurd.
is.
It
It
was
is.
so
This is
obnoxious.
why the whole thing. I don't. It's not. There's no conspiracy back here. But like what I have to say is not a conspiracy. But it's sketchy. It's weird. It's like first of all, back in the day, if you're like, hey, my knee kind of hurts, can I just get an MRI on it? They were still gonna let you compete. She didn't even walk with like a noticeable limp. She had it wrapped in just a little ace bandage. I mean, there was nothing even really going. To me, she should have still been able to compete. It's really it seemed a little weird.
I mean,
MRIs,
according
I looked it
to
up.
Jay,
MRIs come back
wasn't
in 1 to 2 weeks. So that was legit where like if she did really get an MRI like they said, it's going to take at least a week to get back. So that and we know that they film basically an episode a week. So the fact
and
that, but then of
MRI.
course, let's have everybody for the arena. Let's all go out there. We already know she's not going to compete. By the way, if you're fast forwarding through the episode like I am, you see there's only a 5 minute chunk left when they get in the arena. I'm like, okay, well
That's
this
when
is
I was
ruined
like,
for me too. It was all kind of garbage in that regard.
I agree. That really made me mad. It was really stupid. They didn't even try and like paint over how stupid that was. It's like you are not able to compete, so you will be competing tonight.
How about, and not to jump ahead here because we're really jumping ahead, but how about when TJ said, "Oh, and Nia, you lost the elimination tonight." Wait a minute, not to stand up for Nia here, but she didn't even get a chance to compete in this elimination, but she somehow lost it. No, she got DQ'd twice tonight, and Gabe was that's what blew my mind. Gabe was 100% right. Getting paired up with Nia, even though it didn't like go at all how he thought because they didn't get a chance to compete, it went completely. Not only did he become, oh, you're automatically going into elimination, but now he's automatically the hangnail. Gabe couldn't even try to stop any of this from happening. He just got paired with some. That's why these pairings are ridiculous. You're stuck with this person for a week no matter what happens. Gabe didn't do anything to have to be with Nia. He just got chosen by her.
Let me give you the toxic masculinity breakdown real quick of
Okay.
why Gabe is all wrong. No,
Oh,
Gabe, you were picked
well,
last.
I get
Stop
that. Yes.
blaming Naya. You were picked last. Don't blame Naya. You're mad at yourself. You're mad you were picked last. It was Naya who picked last because she was last or something. But Gabe, turn that anger where it belongs, inward. You're not mad at Naya as a partner. You're mad that you were picked last and you got
He
the
was mad he was
shortest.
picked last, but
Yes, as well. And I get
as
it, but
well as being paired
that's
with
a
Nia. There was both that you're exactly
he
right, Pam.
was
He was
paired
mad.
with Naya because no one else selected him
Right.
until Naya, the last person with an option. She probably didn't want to be paired with him either. Guess what? The point
I don't know
is,
about that. Until he
I don't
opened
know.
his mouth,
I don't
maybe
know.
she would have.
But the point is, he has no one to blame. You can't blame your last picking partner on being the last pick. I'm sorry, beggars can't be choosers. Literally, it's like, I wish I had a better partner. Well, you
Right, but Pamela, to be fair, yes, maybe getting paired with Nia, he was mostly mad that he got last pick
yes,
last, but he didn't even get a chance to perform with Nia both two times. Like he didn't
he
even get
picked
a
last.
chance. He didn't get a
If
chance.
he
That's why he should be upset too. He
When
didn't even
you
get an
are the
opportunity to try.
last picked, you are often picked by the worst person.
Yes, but that worst person still allows you to compete in the daily challenge and then in elimination. He didn't. They didn't get the
Come on.
option. They didn't get the
He
option.
didn't know that though before he started, at least according to the edit we got. He seemingly didn't know that they weren't going to
But
be
he
able
knew
to.
that she got an MRI done before the daily challenge because he said, "Oh crap, she just got an MRI done, and they might not let her compete."
I
He goes,
still
"Did she
think
do that on purpose? Like so that she doesn't that way that if she gets DQ'd because she can't go on, I get screwed because I said
no,
things
which I
about
thought
her."
was so
He knew
self.
ahead of time though, Pam. He did know ahead of time that she got the MRI done, so he knew there was a chance with how overprotective you can say the challenge is now that they wouldn't even get to do anything.
I just think you're mad you got picked last. It sucks. That's what happens when you're picked last. You are the last pick. It's not
But
a good
that's fine, Pamela. But can you admit, though, that most people, when they're picked last, they still get to try to win with the picked last person
score.
that they got paired
It
with?
was a uniquely shitty situation for him.
Yeah, it was.
Wait, no, I'm not taking that away. Again, I'm not, yes.
For this type of challenge, for this, I know you have to work with the partner. I get that. They could have at least let Gabe do the entire thing by himself. He could have jumped up, he could have climbed up, tried to climb up, went through, and then solved the puzzle because he would have already been at a disadvantage. Because if he was with Naya, maybe she gets there first and starts solving the puzzle. At least give him an opportunity to try because he still would have been at a huge disadvantage.
Sure,
That's my
but
other
let me
thought
flip
too.
it around. Remember last week when Blue was paired with Derek and he, I think, sucked. But again, we
Right.
can't take away that Derek has been in the past a force to be reckoned with. I'm going to go ahead and maybe officially call it that he's no longer that. And I'm sorry to say, I've been trying to hold on, but someone in our comments said that I was like grudgingly, like, I kind of have to agree. Derek might be past his prime. However, can you imagine America or Blue running around the house being like, I hate them partnered with Derek. I can't compete to my full content. He sucks at puzzles. It is so
Well,
obnoxious.
I don't disagree with you at all. My point is though is that well, that none
He
of her
didn't. He
issues.
just was like, I'm gonna suck it up. I'm in an elimination now because of this fucker,
But
I
Pamela,
think.
we're getting back to a point that we both agree on. Gabe should never have opened his mouth. Just bite your tongue, and then later on, when she gets DQ'd twice, basically, then maybe Gabe can be like, "Well, I didn't even get an opportunity here. That's kind of BS." And then people could be on your side, and then that might help. That would have and that this is the whole thing too. Now that he is the hangnail, if he had kept his mouth shut and said, "Guys, next week when they're like, look, Nia is great. I love Nia, but I didn't even get an opportunity. I got put in here as the
No,
hangnail without even getting an opportunity to perform. Can you guys please give me another shot at this?" And I think he would have been on their side and maybe would have
like
been okay, you
everybody
know?
clearly understands that. I don't think even bananas. I don't think anyone wants to go against Gabe, and I don't think they're going to be so fast to put. He looks like he's a good competitor. I don't know
You
that
know, well,
yet.
they didn't give him the opportunity to even try tonight. Yeah, we don't
Right.
know.
But I mean, I don't think anyone's going to be so fast to go against him. So I'm not too worried about him.
Yeah, look,
And it happened.
if it was
That's the
Bananas as a
challenge.
hangnail, that would have been a really interesting next week. I think Gabe might still be, but then again, Gabe's a rookie and maybe be like, well, he's already down there. But then again, The winners of next week, we found
Winners
this out.
are
The winners
determined.
of next week's challenge will put someone against Gabe. The winners of this week's challenge just got to save someone. So it's going to go back
Or
and forth every
or
week.
Gabe again, because now we know it's Gabe or someone else. It's not necessarily Gabe. As the hangnail, you're not like when Adrian was the hangnail, they
I
still
just
can
said that.
say.
That's what I just said. I said the winning team next week of the daily is going to pick someone for the house to vote against. It's going to be Gabe or someone
Yeah.
else.
And I don't think people are going to be so hot to go against Gabe. We'll see, unless it's a
But the
we'll
house doesn't care. Only the last place team. If the last place team is like, I'm really afraid of Gabe, can I please choose a weaker person? Then maybe you're exactly right, Pam. That's what's probably going to go down. But we'll
their
see.
best friend is the winner. That's why it is kind of fun that it's mixed up all the time because there are alliances.
I'm coming around to it. I don't mind it
So
now.
yeah, no, me too. I'm changing my tune. I thought it was going to be really dumb,
Yeah,
but it's
I just
just
like I love a good partner season where the partners grow together, especially like on a rival season or an exes season where they hate each other. Then all through, it's like watching a movie where they become best friends by the end. I
yeah,
like watching that grow, but this season we're just obviously seeing random people put together every week.
yeah.
Okay, the daily challenge. Let's start talking about that. It's called Water Tower. They're in some type of quarry. Uh, and I'll say this to start because obviously Gabe and I are told right away you are not competing tonight. And another way, Gabe really lucked out because imagine this too. Imagine if it was a guy's elimination and
Uh-huh.
because Nia can't compete, Gabe is automatically going into an elimination tonight instead of Nia if it was a guy's night. So like that's a whole nother level of like, wow, Gabe, you could have really been pissed off. Yeah, it sucks that you can't compete, but at least thank God it was a girls' elimination tonight. And yeah,
Yeah.
the worst case scenario is hangnail, but at least you're not going home automatically. That would have really or have to
Yes.
go into elimination automatically. So at least
And
he had
I
that going for him.
am 1,000,000% on your conspiracy, by the way.
What's
That
that?
I guess we'll save that like bananas was spared.
Oh,
But
you
I'm
well,
not sure how or what exactly, but there's some conspiracy there. Like, what if it was a guy's and they were like, shit, we're not putting bananas against Gabe if that's the way it shakes out. It's like, this is a girls' one again. Because why was it a girls' elimination? It was supposed to be a guy's if we're
oh my
going every other week.
Oh my God. Whoa, mind blown. Okay, yeah. Last week was obviously Blue versus Tay.
And
Why
this
the hell was
was
it?
a girls' elimination
Why the
too.
hell was it another girls' elimination tonight? Why did they do
Yes,
that?
I don't know.
That I didn't even put that together, and so I just was going with the flow here. So yeah, last week was definitely Tay versus Blue, right? Why was it a
Yes.
double girls?
I think when they got, that's the conspiracy. I think when it came down to it, they were like, let's mix things up and make it a back-to-back girls eliminate. They weren't going to let Bananas go home against Gabe.
Well, it wasn't necessarily going to be Gabe versus Bananas.
It came to the point where the vote was cast and they had to be like, shit, let's mix it up. Well, I guess at that point with the
Well,
vote,
because
thank the girl.
Gabe. I mean, they were automatically
Knew
Gabe
when
was
the
Gabe would be the one going in. Bananas would then have had to get voted in, but he was with America, so I guess if that's a weird thought. Yeah, tell us in the comments why the hell was it a double girls? Why wouldn't it go back to guys? Because what was the original guy elimination that first week? It was Rogan
and
versus
Jeremy.
Justin, because Justin won. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Justin
Oh,
won
Justin.
in that hamster ball thing
Yes.
in that
So we
wheel.
had guy, girl, girl so far.
Oh, and then they also talked about what I talked about the week before. They were saying it's going to have to eventually be double eliminations. We can't just have a girl. They're like, we're going to be here forever. And that's, I said, like, this will be a 6 month season of the challenge. There's too many damn guys and girls. They've got to do double eliminations coming up soon. But as of right now, they're just doing singles. But I assume they're going to go double soon enough. Um, just overall thoughts on the water tower. I love a daily challenge like this. It's you don't need to do the puzzle for me. I say make both teammates try to get to the top of the water tower, and let's say, oh, but no, hear me out on my rule. But only one actually has to make it. But let's say if both teammates make it to the top and go through, then you get like 10 seconds off your overall, something like that to help, to give some initiative, to give some reason for both them to make it to the top. But I just love it. I love a physical daily challenge. I love stuff over water. I also like it because I think I'd be really good at it. I think I'm pretty good at climbing. Obviously, I'm good at swimming. Down to that hole, that can be very claustrophobic.
Yeah.
And I would have loved to have known how deep that tower went into the water. Like, how deep did you have to go? Sydney kind of talked about, by the way, Sydney, I'm liking her more and more every week. She's a badass. She's cocky as hell. She doesn't care. She's the one from Survivor. She just comes up there. She's like,
Yeah, I know
she was one of
she
the
is.
first ones to go. She's like, I don't care. Like it was deep to go under, but it's not deep enough for me. I'll keep going, no matter what. So I like Sydney. I think she's gonna be a badass competitor this season for sure. It's gonna take a lot to
Well,
take her out.
I this will can I should I say this? It's something that I gleaned from hearing something she said
Who?
not as part of the show, Sydney.
She said it like recently after the
Like
show.
off, not on the show. I don't
Okay.
know where I
Is it
caught it
anything?
in my life,
It's
but
not anything about a spoiler, right?
it's not so much a spoiler, but it is a her spoiler. It's not so much of a spoiler about like the results. I don't have any idea about like the overall results, but I don't well, let me just tell you what I heard now because it's not a major spoiler or anything at
Should you
all.
even say it? Because then people are gonna get mad that you said a spoiler.
It's not a
How about this, Pamela? Text it to me real quick, and then I'll say.
no, well, it's Miss Vague enough that I feel like it's not a spoiler because I don't even entirely know what she means by it.
And she said this
I'll
on her social media or something.
put this on something. Like some headline I read was like, Sid, the challenge is Sydney says, I'm just
Oh,
gonna say it. I'm not promoting the challenge on my Instagram because I'm not even featured. Like she doesn't like the way so I don't know if that means she goes home early or she wasn't shown enough or what, but I was like, that's just an interesting thing to say. So
no,
she doesn't feel like she had
I.
enough of a
How
storyline to
can Pamela? How can Sydney even know if she's going to be featured or not? Maybe if she hasn't watched all the episodes that she's in yet, she was featured a little bit tonight. They didn't do that with a lot of the other
I
people. They
don't know,
featured her
but
in the Daily
that's
Challenge.
what I'm saying. It's vague enough that I don't think that's like
No,
a spoiler anyone's
it's
going to get
nothing.
mad at. But I
Yeah.
was like, oh, I mean, I initially thought, oh, so she must go home early, but
Nah,
it's not,
who
she's
knows?
not that early, and she has kind of been featured. So I don't really.
I don't
I
know
thought
what
it
she means
was
by that. I'll say this though, that I like the Daily Challenge a lot. I
loved
think
it.
that we're gonna talk about the DQs. Is what I kind of
Oh,
want to
I
get.
loved real quick to your point of that you thought they both. I on with the olds and the youngs at this point. Uh, I'm no. I thought it was a great way to have it be an exciting, physically challenging challenge with also another aspect of it, and you still had to do some stuff. Uh, I'm glad they didn't make. It would have been painful to watch everybody have to try
I
and.
know, but like it also would have been kind of entertaining to see where they're all at right now as far as, fitness wise. Because like the puzzle, Pam, were you understood how that puzzle worked?
Not at all.
Because exactly,
Oh,
I'm so enough with the puzzles. We don't, there was like hieroglyphics on, I don't know what the hell they meant. I don't know. They were trying to get the bigger box out somehow. Like enough. And like people are like, oh, Dan, like this is how the puzzle works. I don't necessarily even care.
oh,
I
I
don't
don't
want to even
even.
watch it.
In this one, so in the one where the whole entire thing was like, we cracked the code, like last week, the pattern, I
Again.
sort of care because it's like, wait, well, what was it and how did you crack it? And it would be nice to sort of know. With this, it's like, oh, I don't care. No, I don't care at all what the like move the little puzzle pieces around to get the thing. I don't care. At all. So I don't even, it doesn't bother me. It only bothers me when that is the like, watch them do it. And we're like
Yeah.
watching them do it. And we have no idea what's going on. And that's how you win.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about all the DQs. I wrote about down most of them. Uh, Aviv and D, they made it to the top of that tower, and when they jumped in, they basically had to be rescued by the scuba diver to get out of there. They were like, I'm done. They couldn't go under the water and come out the other side. So both of them, those were crazy DQs. Derek K, that almost happened
Yeah.
to as well, but he did say help, but then that turned out to be a nothing burger because after the commercial break, he came out no
Yeah.
problem. So it just took him another second to. But that's for anyone that isn't used to being around water. Like I grew up, and here you go. Everyone can have a drink now. I grew up on a lake, and we had three different docks for the different boats that we had, jet skis and stuff, that all jutted out into the lake. And all the time we'd play tag, swimming under the docks and trying to get away from each other. So I'm used to doing things like that. If you've never done stuff like that, you've never had like, because when we go to the docks, you're surrounded. It felt just like that. I could imagine. If you can't go underneath to get out of it, like, and you've never done that before, that can be a very
Yes.
overwhelming situation, claustrophobic in a way. So I get that. I was
Yeah,
100% feeling for Aviv and Dee and even Derek to an extent when they
yeah.
got down there because at least they gave it a shot. Also, you're jumping into a hole where if you don't time it perfectly right, you might hit a wall on the way down. I mean, I'm sure it was a
Oh,
big enough hole, but you could misjudge that. I mean, who knows?
no, it's really fucking scary. And with hindsight, like, yes, I'm judging. I was like, oh, get down there and cry help. But like, Aviv is not a wuss. Derek is not a wuss. It must have been really fucking scary.
I
And
think
I
a little
feel
bit,
like
yeah.
the person that won, Justin, didn't he dive and he just went
Well, he
and
didn't dive. When he went down and around, he just came out this side. I think it was actually Cedric that did it as well, maybe. But he went
maybe
down. When he went down, when he went, though, you use the water's going to bring
right,
you to the
that's what
bottom,
I'm
and then just swim out.
hindsight.
Don't even
Right,
come back up in it.
hindsight. Now having watched all these people, I don't know if diving, it would have been too high to like
Oh,
dive.
you don't want to. That's so sketchy to dive that. Now you got to go feet
But
first.
that is the best way to do is use your momentum when you're down there. But that's scary because you don't take a breath. It's human nature to want to breathe and then go. You want to breathe, but I
Also,
don't
unless you're opening your eyes underwater, you don't know if you might come back up and smack your head on the bottom of that thing and not get further enough out. I don't know.
yeah, I wonder how it must have been pretty steep or pretty deep, the wall that you had to get under for people to be freaking out.
Well, that's the other thing that's crazy that I think it was Cedric that did that. You don't know how unless you got to get to the bottom. Once you're in the water, you got to open your eyes, find where the wall is, then go underneath the wall. Because if you didn't, it's good for them doing it that way. I would have
Yeah.
probably jumped in, come back up, swam to the side, and then just gone straight down and tried to find the bottom, and then I would have used the bottom to push myself out of there. But um, yeah, I wish they told us how deep
Yeah.
that was. The one that
Uh,
bothered me was Leroy and Leica.
yes.
Leroy decided to climb, okay? But as Leroy's climbing up, he's like, "Oh, I'm not." He's
Isn't
like,
Leroy afraid of heights?
"Well,
And
that's why I was
or,
confused." I'm
like,
like,
why would
"Unless Leica,
Leroy?
they don't show it, Pamela. I don't know if Leica's even more scared of heights than him, but Leroy's not the one that should be going up there. He does not like heights. He does not want to be. He even said, like, I don't even want to be doing this. Dude, have your partner do it then. But maybe she was even more against it than him. But like, it was a lose-lose situation if that's the case, I guess. But he shouldn't have been up there climbing it. He's not the
Oh
guy to do that. He
no.
didn't want to do it. He
No.
basically DQ'd himself right away by just saying, "Nah, I'm not climbing to the top of this."
Yeah.
So that was disappointing for sure. Um, Izzy and Turbo. Again, I know Turbo is amazing at puzzles, but come on, Turbo. You should have been the one climbing up there because
No.
why not?
I disagree because we know she has incredible endurance. She's little, like from last week, her eliminate. Oh, that was Tay. Shit.
No, I'm not saying Izzy isn't a good athlete. I mean, we don't really know much about her yet, but at the same time, I would have been, I would have
I
said,
don't know.
Izzy, you start on the puzzle. I'll climb up and jump through, and then I'll help you finish the puzzle if it's still an issue. That's what
I
I would
feel
have.
like if she was, I feel like they probably mutually agreed on that. I don't know. I
Oh,
mean,
they 100%
wrong
did, but
choice, but yeah, but Izzy falls. Okay, yep. I don't know. Yeah, that was a surprise too. A lot of people, I guess it can happen to anybody. Remember that challenge last season where it was like Donkey Kong almost? They were like crawling up things and dodging barrels, and someone really good DQ'd. I think, no, I think Aviv won. I think Tori lost. Something
oh, they had to
strange.
go up and around that thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Anyway,
yeah,
I guess sometimes there's a fluke and it happens, but I'm surprised Izzy fell.
yeah. Some of the choices. I mean, obviously with D and CT, I mean, there's no way CT was going to be able to pull that off and go all the way up. So yeah, D, you're go. And then CT's talking head, his confessional was like, "Oh, it's time to let the rookies do the dirty work." I'm like, CT, man, you weren't going to be able to do it. Though, it was your only chance of
Right.
possibly winning was to have D be the one
That's
going
why
up
it's
there.
time. It's let these fit people do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, yeah, he wasn't going to be able to do it at all. And then the other talking point was Anissa was struggling with the puzzle. Wasn't was he was with she was with Jeremy this time. Jeremy
Uh,
obviously crushed it. I mean, he is the talk of the town these first three episodes. His physical shape, everyone can't get enough of it. They're staring up at his godlike body apparently, and he seems to be the real deal so far. So there's that.
yeah.
Um, but and then we're not even talking about the winners, Justin and Olivia. Now Justin's the one that he climbed up, right? Justin was the climber, I believe.
Justin and Olivia. Yep. She solved the
And they
puzzle
ended up
really
winning.
quick.
And like
Bam, really quick.
it didn't seem to me that they did anything different than a few others. So I don't know how much they won by, how close it was. There was only a few other people that I thought were no one stood out like, wow, they had the fastest time, but also that's probably the editing and things of that nature. But none of the people are like, okay, they're the clear-cut winner here. They seem to do the best.
Cedric and his partner
Yeah, Cedric, that was a great run. He was the
was
one that
Cedric's partner. They seemed like they could have won too.
right. Cedric had a good run there. He was climbing.
Cedric, and then yeah, I don't know, but it did seem I was like, ooh, is it Olivia and Justin, or I think Cedric and his partner, Cedric and Michaela, were the
Mhm.
dark horse team because they did good too. Like it was a ooh,
Yeah.
who's to
Well,
win?
then they purposely showed Cedric pretending not to be able to swim in the pool at the beginning of the episode too. Like he's
Yeah.
not good at floating, but he's good at swimmer. So they were like, I was like, okay, that's going to come back to show that Cedric's actually good. And they were against Jeremy and Anissa. So Cedric made it, he was having fun in his confessions. Like, yo, put some like music in here. Like we beat Jeremy, we beat the best puzzle person, Anissa, and the most strong
It's
guy.
true.
So good for them, you know?
For Anissa, I was like, huh, Anissa, I have in a special square written, wow, Anissa's a good swimmer and good at puzzles. This is like hers to lose, and her partner's Jeremy. Like this, if
They
she was
should,
gonna
yeah,
win one, this was the one to win. I mean, doesn't mean she
yeah,
can,
yeah.
but I thought they were in a pretty good position to bring it home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we see that Justin and Olivia win. Obviously the losers are the people that didn't even get to partake in it. Which
You can't even
again,
call them the losers. That's the dumbest thing. The whatever's the automatic.
but now we know if a team can't compete, like that's the other issue too, is like none of the other teams have to worry about. They're all getting second to last place, no matter what if they DQ. I think all the DQ teams, including the Gabe and the uh, Nia, right? Put their names in a freaking hat at the end of the thing. I mean, they all DQ technically. I
I
don't know.
have another major conspiracy.
We have a
It's
conspiracy.
yes. I don't know how thought out it is yet,
Mm.
but I think because Naya and Gabe were automatically in, for some reasons, Bananas had Leroy and DQ on purpose for some reason that I haven't figured out yet. I think there's something there. He wanted to be like, and then we'll get like if don't win, not that they were going to, but don't win, and then we'll get someone in Olivia's. I don't know, but it's suspicious to me that D and Leroy both DQ'd.
I don't know. Pam, I got some crazy conspiracy. I don't see it. I don't see it.
I'm not sure where this is going, but that's my
Well,
there's
every
something.
episode is different though, Pam. That could only have helped them this episode. It's over.
I'll see. Let me just figure this out.
I don't know, Pamela. All right.
It might be of reach. It's
Any other thoughts on the daily here?
I just have to comment on Olivia, who I'm glad is having some sort of journey, but talking to Car and they do like the record scratch. She's like, you never know you're good at something until like you're
What
good at
was that? Yeah, what was that?
yeah.
Yeah, sure.
It looks like she's about to say something like revelatory
And
and deep.
she
Like,
stopped talking. Yeah.
huh, sure, Olivia. So that was funny. It was funny tonight. I also
Yeah,
love Club
lots of
now.
funny moments.
Yeah.
Mhm. Party scene comes up. Again, more funny moments.
Yeah.
Turbo's giving Theo shit. That was great.
It was hilarious.
Yeah, because he's not performing and his girl is, and uh,
Yeah,
yeah,
no,
Turbo's gonna say what he wants to say to these guys. He doesn't
is,
care.
but Theo's like, if someone attacks us, what's she gonna do? Use my points. Use my points.
Yeah,
Like Theo was funny too. They were both really funny.
that was
Turbo
good.
making fun of him was funny, and Theo's like, I'm over it.
Yeah, and Olivia. I mean, again, this is why I'm not standing up for Bananas, but I see where he's coming from with what he said, which I don't think he should have said it, but like. Olivia's first thought is, okay, let's go after America. Well, why America? Oh, because she's paired with bananas and we want bananas out of this game.
And she absolutely blew the challenge.
Oh, but Pamela, we just talked about six different teams DQing. What do you mean? A ton of them blew the challenge.
She showed herself to be crappy at one of the five tenets of challengedom.
Well, okay, but my point is, if
So
America was
I
teamed up with Leroy, she wouldn't even have thought of putting
it's
in
an
America.
easy, well, okay. I don't think it's a non-factor. I'm not going to sit here and say like it has nothing to do with anything. But if Bananas had been paired with someone Olivia liked, it wouldn't have been an issue.
Pamela,
They
of
happen to
course
have no
not.
relationship. She's kind of on an island all her own, as Banana said in the beginning of the episode. She's no alliance, no strike, no. She's a very obvious, she's little. She's a very obvious person to put in. The fact that she was Banana's partner is just like an extra bonus.
Yes, but
I
Pamela,
don't
that makes
think
my point. If anybody is paired with Bananas that is in the alliance of Olivia,
that
now this is
sucks
now if Bananas gets
and
to
has no alliances.
next time
It's
Bananas picks a
terrible.
partner, which I don't think he no, he chose Leica tonight. Is Leica in Olivia's Bananas is going to be with Leica next week as partners.
Oh, see, I
Is Leica in Olivia's alliance? Because my move for Bananas is always pick a partner if you can. There's not that many options
okay.
here. Always choose someone that's in Olivia's alliance so that Olivia or someone else that's working with Olivia
If
can't throw
Olivia
you in.
wins, it's not like Olivia's like, whew, gonna win every daily.
No, it's not
But
about Olivia. Olivia has enough minions, as they've been saying, to get, if they're always going to keep going after Bananas, one of her minions can do it if they win. So
I don't
Bananas should
think
choose someone in
the
her alliance every time.
before vote was because of Olivia or Bananas. I think it was because America was an obvious person to pick
All
in
right.
an
Well, I'll
easy
disagree with you. I
choice.
think that Olivia picked America because it was the perfect opportunity. If anybody is paired with Bananas that's not in her alliance, they're gonna. And there's a couple different options. Oh, look, there's these three people I could pick, but one of them has Bananas and none of them are in my
Yes.
alliance. I'm gonna go with Bananas every time. That's my point. So Bananas, when he stands up for himself coming up in the
He's not
nominations,
standing up for himself. He's just standing up. No one's attacking him. He's not, there's nothing to defend.
Pamela, they are not attacking him like, you suck, Bananas, now stand up for yourself verbally. But they are attacking his game, no matter if you want to admit it or not. Like, yeah, he's a seven-time champ. No one wants to see him win again. I don't really need to see him win again either. Someone else should win, but they're still coming after him because of who he is. If
It was
Bananas was a
a
one-time
factor
winner and
because
didn't
how
run his
could it,
mouth the way he did, then they wouldn't be going after him because of him. I'm just saying.
of course, how could it not be a factor if there's like a wounded, lion? Like, yeah, you go if you are in a position to like get the wounded lion, great, get the wounded lion. But I think regardless of who I think it didn't hurt the Bananas like for CT. I think he said it best. He's like, oh, that really like sweetens the pot or something. Like it's an extra icing on a cake. But
But
I think America was the victim or the intended target. And I think Bananas blew it. It might have been this much because of him, but he thinks it was like entirely because of him. And I do not agree with
it
that at all.
is. But Bananas is the intended target, not America. America, who cares if America stays or goes? She's a mediocre player at
Easy
best.
pickings. It's the second eliminate. It's the literally the second. Well, it's the second
Third.
girls eliminate. Third girls elimination. At this point, you're
Well,
trying to
so
get
no, you're right. It's a second girls' elimination, but it's a third elimination
America
overall.
like blue, like these other. Look at the people that are the little rookies. That's who they're picking at first. It's just who they're picking. America's an obvious choice until Bananas was like, "This is about me. This is about me." Literally, I didn't think about him at all. So I am here to tell you that I was like, oh, and I thought about it as much as Olivia said, like, oh, and that doesn't hurt either. But I was like, well, America, she's not. Everybody else is in an alliance. They literally at the club go over like, who would you feel comfortable voting in? And the only people Justin says are the girls in her alliance, the like UK alliance that Olivia we know is a part of.
Right.
And so it's like it's gonna be a rookie girl, a small girl that's not in an alliance. That's
Well, let's
America.
see. You know what? And Pam, I still think that they did it because of Bananas, but let's see overall. If Bananas gets paired up with Leica, she even says it when Leica gets chosen by Bananas tonight. Yeah, in the
And if it's a
when they
girl
do the
elimination,
selection, Leica says, "Oh God, I'm paired with Bananas. He's a great competitor, but everyone wants him out of this game, so now my ass is going to be on the line too." She says it. I watched it happen. She said it
I
again.
We'll see what happens then because I think the girl who has to go against Banana's partner, America, is not going to be like, I'll sacrifice myself because Olivia wants to get rid, but Banana as a hangnail. It's too, no fucking way. I think Naya wanted America. I think that's why they were picking her. Half the people, Cara Maria, all these people were like, it's not because of you. Shut the fuck up. People that don't, well, that's people that like bananas and people that don't like bananas were still picking America because that's what the girl who had to go against her theoretically wanted. And that's how they always do it. So I
Well,
don't,
Naya, according to Anissa, that's not true. 'But Anissa lying through.
Anissa, according to Anissa, then Anissa winky faced herself and said, like, okay, so I might have been stretching the
Yeah,
truth a
Anissa.
little
Well, no,
bit.
that brings me. You're exactly. Anissa was a freaking liar tonight, and she goes, oh, and then she says, oh, I'm not a
Oh,
liar, and she says it with like such like, how dare you think I'm a liar? Well, you just did lie. Cara at least called her out a little bit.
Cara called her out, and then Anissa does the like, she's like, yeah, like I'm not a liar. You know I'm not a liar when you're lying. So it's
Oh
now it's like,
my
well,
God, that pissed me off too. I was like, oh,
now
come
I
on.
know you're a liar. Because
Okay,
I've
so let's get into the bananas thing. I have no issue with bananas standing up for himself in selection because I do believe that they're trying to get him out of this game. I don't see how that's how no one else can see that. They're trying to get him out of this game. Olivia's alliance, because obviously Bananas has an alliance with Aviv and those people over there. But Olivia's alliance is trying to get Bananas
and
out
maybe
of
they
this
shouldn't
game.
have all gotten disqualified. D, Leroy, Aviv. Sorry, bananas. Just like Gabe whining about being picked last. Don't fucking have everyone in your alliance DQ then,
Let me.
bananas.
How did Bananas and America do?
They did horrible. I think of the people that
Did they
competed,
not? I don't even remember what happened. I don't remember what happened with them. Now it's gonna
she
bother
couldn't
me.
swim. She can't swim. And not only could she not
Oh,
swim,
that's right. And but
bananas.
he climbed up and went down though, right? Yeah, there's no way she did that. Yeah. She could barely get to the thing, but then they did solve the puzzle because Bananas helped her solve it. Right, right. I
We
remember now.
got to the
And that's when
end.
Gabe was like, I could have done that. I could Bananas is doing the whole thing. She just had to get to the platform.
But again, Nani was another person I think who said, like, this has nothing to do with you, bananas. I'm picking America because that's who Naya wants. Like, I
My
think
point is, I don't have a problem with Bananas standing up for himself, whatever you believe about that. I have an issue with what he said because you don't need to be saying this. What Bananas has done for this show is undeniable. Nobody can deny it. But then when you come out and say it, it's like, dude, eat your humble pie. We know who you are, Bananas. You are, I mean, but whatever anyone wants to say about Bananas, and I was a Wes guy my whole life, and it's been Bananas is the villain and Wes is the best, and that's how it's always been. But to deny that Bananas is not on the Mount Rushmore of the challenge, you're just kidding yourself. You just
nobody's
have a
denying it.
hatred for him,
Nobody's
right?
denying it. I'm
No
not
one.
denying it.
So that's why Bananas. You don't need to say I am the challenge. All
It's
right, we already.
embarrassing. It's
It's.
straight up, it's
I
so
agree.
embarrassing. It's
But
like,
there's also no reason if he does feel a certain way, and he also we want people to be entertaining. We want people to stand up for we want people to cause arguments. Bananas, I'm fine with him doing all that, but you don't need to say I am the challenge, dude. That's so it's embarrassing. It was like hard. It was cringy, I guess is that what the kids are using
very
nowadays? It was a
cringe.
little
Yeah.
cringe, yeah. It was a little cringe to watch. I'm like, dude, you don't want to see. Look, all your heroes that you're watching in life, they're going to eventually not be who they once were. And Bananas, every time he does decide to do this show again, he has more and more pressure mounting on his shoulders to be who he once was. But guess what, Bananas? Father Time is undeniably, you can't beat Father Time. What's the word I'm looking for? My God. So
The
he's
house
unbeaten,
always
Father
wins.
Time.
Okay,
He
Father
always
Time
wins. Yeah.
gonna get you.
Right?
Um,
So Bananas must be feeling that pressure on his shoulders every time he decides to come back because also the paychecks are probably getting better and better too. So he's like, well, I can't not do this, but at the same time, I have to make sure everyone understands who I once was, but I can't. He's not going to be that guy forever. So there's a
I
lot
I
to it.
also I don't even mind bananas pulling a stunt like that if it
Father
worked.
Time is
It's failure.
undefeated. Sorry, Pamela, not to interrupt.
Father
Father
Time
Time is undefeated. That's what I was trying to say. Go on. So
is
sorry.
It's true. No, you're right. And I don't mind Bananas even putting on a stupid show in a Bananas fashion, but this was a big fail. It was a fail because I don't think I personally, I see what you're saying. I'm sure Bananas, that aspect was part of it for some people. I'm not taking it out of the equation. I do think people picked America because they wanted to pick America. I don't think Bananas putting it all on his shoulders because he's such a target because everyone's terrified of him is, I think it's just that's embarrassing. That's where he missed the target. I don't think Jeremy, Will, Jake, Justin, I don't think these kids are scared to go against Bananas. I really don't think they are. So that there's that. He is good. But I think the reason why it was so embarrassing, cringe, as the kids say, me and my friends, I think it's a South African term, say shems, like shems. Shems is cringe. The reason it was so shems is because it just was a miss. He didn't, you didn't watch Wes on House of Villains, did you?
100% I did. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He got
Or
second. He got
haters.
second place.
This is theatrics, but it doesn't miss. It's like, oh, that's the West you can caricature yourself. The like, I am the challenge didn't give Wes, it gave Jax. If you watch the Valley or Vanderpump Rules, Jax, who's been fired
Well,
now.
if you watch Jax on House of Villains, he like went home first.
Oh, well, he went, Jax was on. Okay, so but Jax has famously on Vanderpump Rules and on now the Valley said, this is my show, with that same arrogance, and then been fired. So it gave this is my show in a not joking, funny, I'm playing the role of the king of the hill in a I really believe this, and it just was a big mess.
Yep. He didn't need to say it. I don't mind him standing up. Like you say, he's just standing up maybe, but I don't mind him not only standing up, but also standing up for himself. But you don't need to be saying, I am the challenge. And we know what you've contributed over all of these seasons, dude. We get it. But here's the thing. Some of these rookies that have never watched the show and that are just put into the show, someone like, here's the other person that pissed me off tonight, like an Adrian. Okay. She's sitting there with her vote.
Yes.
She knows nothing about the history of this. So, like, if it wasn't for Bananas, Adrian, your ass wouldn't even freaking have the option to be on this show. But you don't. But that's what pissed me off. But from the other side of things, Adrian was pissing me off because she doesn't even get it. Like I don't even. I'm not saying everyone has to do like a full study of the challenge before they come on. But dude, like, you said it about Nia. Here's my thing about Nia. This
You're
all
out.
full circle. Respect your elders of the show.
I agree.
If Gabe has to respect Nia, then Adrian, you're like, oh, Bananas, sit down. You don't matter, dude. Adrian, do you understand like why you're even here? You're here because someone
I
like Bananas
understand.
built this show for what it is. Now, Bananas, everything you said is fine. Saying I am the challenge, dude, you're taking it too far now. Like just chill. We already know. But that's why he
I
said it because of people like Adrian who don't know their head from their ass on why they're even here, what they even have to do. They don't even know what the show's about. Like, oh, we vote now? Okay. Adrian, get the heck. I'm ready for Adrian to go home too. She's pissing me off tonight.
Okay, so the reason why I think Bananas it was such a fail, and this I guess we fundamentally disagree. I'm not saying Bananas' role as Bananas, being Bananas, had nothing to do with America being the vote, but I don't think it had everything to do with it. And for him to assume that it did, when for at least, I'm going to say at least half of the 10 people that voted for America, I don't think Bananas was a factor. And if he was a factor, he might have been a factor. Some people didn't. Nani, for instance, was like, I'm sorry to Bananas, but I'm voting for America. I think for him to stand up and be like, I would like to speak because this is all because of me. It's like it's not only arrogant, it's wrong. I don't think it's correct. I think America was an obvious choice, regardless of Bananas. So to me, it's like it's delusional. That's why it's not just like you're not just standing up for yourself, you're making nonsense up. Maybe there's a little bit of truth to it, but that's not why America's being picked.
And look, I think that some people are definitely going to feel your way, and maybe a few will feel the way that I feel. I'm not saying it's 100% Bananas. I think that people from the start of this season want Bananas out of this game, and that's
Of
not just this
course. How
season.
do you not want to? That's like saying they want Turbo out. They still weren't picking Izzy tonight,
Like he
right?
got saved. They can't pick him. He got saved.
Turbo?
Turbo it was Izzy's partner, and Izzy got
Uh,
saved by
no,
what's
was
them,
it
their
Tay?
faces, so they got
Oh,
saved.
Izzy. Okay, I forgot. Tay and Izzy. There's certain people that still confuse me, and Tay
Oh,
and
by
Izzy.
the way, speaking of Tay, real quick, Does she not give you Millie Bobby Brown vibes? She looks just like Millie Bobby Brown from Stranger Things. She looks just like her to me.
Now that you say that, I can totally see it, but for some reason, her and Izzy are morphing just because they're similarly built and they have ponytails and
I
you know,
don't think so at all. I think she's like a, I don't know why she's like a doppelganger for me for Millie Bobby Brown.
she
I don't know why.
does look she does look so much like her. I didn't like that wasn't I hadn't seen that, but you're totally right.
Okay, let's move this along here. So Bananas and America get the overwhelming vote. I believe it was 9-4. I'll double check my
It was 10-4.
10-4. Oh, I thought it was 9-4. I
I
think it's
mean, I
nine to
have my
four. I
two
got 9-4
flashes
here.
and
Wait,
my
I wrote it down 9-4, but or 10-4, whatever. Overwhelmingly, he lost. Uh, the other thing, Michaela, then again in the party scene, real quick to go back, real quick, just to go back to my all the points that Michaela was talking to some rookies about not trusting anybody in the house, and I'm like, Michaela, you have to trust some people. You need to build an alliance. You're not going to make this the whole way by yourself. And that's the vibe I'm getting. Pam, tell me if I'm wrong, but the vibe I'm getting from Michaela is she refuses to partner with anybody and just wants to be by herself the whole game. I'm like, no, how can you do that? I don't get it.
Michaela, I can't figure out if she's a mastermind or like totally off. She's one or the other because she's so strong-willed in
You
her.
like her. You like
I
Michaela, at
love
least you
her.
have in the past.
I think she's fun. I think she's a good competitor. I do agree with you that it's like literally America was an island and look what happened to her without or with the help of Bananas. But guess what? Bananas could be your partner too, Michaela. And if everyone already doesn't like you and you've got a targety partner, even juicy.
And supposedly, Michaela's this great competitor. Like later on in this, they're not going to want to see her supposedly in a final. And if she's not tied to anybody, why isn't she? She's going to get thrown in. Like, I mean,
You need to have people that are on your side, Michaela. That's okay. I guess you can't just be on your own. And again, she has a big mouth, which I like because we are watching people on TV. So like, I'm glad she's entertaining in addition to just being like good at athletics. Um,
mm,
but she was like, my first season, that's what got kicked me off. And it was like, no, your first season you got kicked off because you were like caught writing in the note.
right.
You're not subtle with your like plotting, and you don't have the numbers to like have people get your back. So, Michaela, either be more secretive about your targets and thoughts and your plans or get some people on your side because you
Because the first thing she said about Cara Maria was in a confessional. So yeah, say whatever you want in confessionals. No one's going to see this until the end of the season anyways. Yeah, maybe it affects you the following seasons, but whatever. But she's saying this in the bar to a bunch of people. I was like, God, who are you working with? Because what's I don't that so that was like
maybe
throwing me off. I'm like,
trying to work with the rookie guys because that's not a bad
at the same time though, she's acting like she's smarter than everybody and she thinks
yes.
everybody's dumb. And I'm like, I don't think you should be saying these things out loud. I was like, I
Sure.
don't like this idea. I don't like it at all.
Either, but I'm here for it. The point is for I I don't think it's a great strategy. And that's why but I hope she goes far enough that we can see what she does with this strategy because she's never made it far enough for us to really like even be
No, no,
able
she made it to a final in the Challenge USA
to,
2
but
or something,
because
one of the Challenge
she
USAs.
had an alliance.
Hmm.
Literally, it was like we're
And
not
that
voting
was
for
the season because remember, after that season, I think it was Spies, Lies, and Allies, where she went home like first because of the note thing, or they gave him a reason to put her in, then she lost. I was like, oh, she'll never be back on the show again. She went home for it, and then you and Jenna were right. Like they did invite her back, which I was shocked, and then she made it all the way to the final in the Challenge USA 2 or whatever she did that in. And I was like, oh, well, all right, she'll probably be out. And then she keeps coming back and back and back. So we'll have to see here what she does. But
yeah, no, it's I really enjoy Michaela, and I do think she's good. So I'd like her. She thinks she's so good at the game, and I don't think she is, but I think it's
right,
interesting.
that's what's bothering me. It's like
It's like, Michaela, why do you think
you're
I
so
can't
good at the game.
like what is your strategy here? Because she's also shit talking. She's like, nobody's switched on the strategy part of their brains yet. And it's like, what is your strategy?
again,
Oh, that's
she was
Michaela.
every time they gave her a line to say, all through it was like throughout the night, she just got more and more under my skin. I'm like, well, maybe she'll back it up this season, and I have no issue saying when I'm wrong. If I'm wrong and Michaela wins, I'll say I don't know how she did it, but props to her. But like, I just don't like the way she's going about it.
I'd
I don't
like
like
her
it.
to take an
Okay,
alliance with people then, with strong competitors that she thinks are good.
ooh, that was a question for me.
I'm saying I'd like her to. I don't know why she's not. But again, I enjoy Michaela calling everyone out on bad strategy, and I love Michaela. So we'll see what happens.
All right, and I'm also excited to find out what her strategy is.
I also don't
Uh,
disagree with anything you're saying. I just enjoy her because
um,
like she's fooling me. I'm like, well, maybe she's got a plan that we just don't know about.
yeah. The other thing that comes up in nominations, real quick here, is Leo puts. I mean, Leo throughout this the couple, he doesn't know what he's doing. He makes a very valid point. This is not the time to do it though. When all the other vets are around, he
Oh,
says,
we've
"Yo,
got to
what's
go
up? This
after that.
rookie on rookie hate, not hate, rookie on rookie crime. We can't keep going against each other. We're gonna have none left, and then the vets are gonna rule. Like, and this is what usually happens. The rookies, if they run out, if it's very vet heavy and rookie, eventually the vets are always going to keep just being able to throw rookies in because they're not going to have the votes to go against the vets. And Leo called it out for what it is. He's exactly right. We say it every damn season, but dude, this is the time where you pull all the rookies aside and say, hey, let's try to get the numbers together before the vets outweigh us population wise. He
Yes,
said, and then Turbo goes, "All right, you just put a." Turbo's like, "We're all gonna come after you now, Theo, Leo.
right.
Leo, good work, buddy." So, but he makes a valid point. Other
It's a
rookies
valid
like
point.
Ben agree with him, and we all agree at home. If the vets want to stand a chance, you have to start going against the vets here and get them voted in. So, we'll see.
Yep. And then, so we already talked about Naya, but that was just some bullshit. It was like, what the hell is this bullshit?
That's your opinion. I don't think that
That they
her.
didn't make her compete, I think, or that she
Oh,
was,
yeah, I thought you meant
yeah,
her
why
dressing down
then
Gabe
send her
and
home. That's what I'm saying. The whole thing is that pissed me off, that
oh, yeah,
ending.
it was garbage. It was I don't even there's not I don't even think there's a conspiracy here. I just think it's poor gameplay by the producers. Like she's either well enough to compete or just send her home. But yeah, let's just have a whole episode where I think you let her compete. I don't what came back on the MRI that was so bad that she needs to go home now. She can walk, can't she? Let her compete. Wasn't Here's an example. Wasn't Derek Kay hopping around on one foot the other season because his knee was so bad? But oh wait, he was an era one, and it was literally just him and Rachel left, and you needed someone else. So you made an exception for Derek to be able to stay. But no, Nia has to go home because the MRI came back what? That she tweaked her leg?
And then
What is
sometimes it's like if they're medically unable to compete, they sit that one out. They're not like the auto loser. This was a stupid,
I
this was,
don't. What is wrong with her? What
yeah,
is it? What did the she tweaked? She had a bone bruise. Like what was so bad? Because I'm sorry, Derek looked like his leg was about to fall off his body the other season for season 40.
did a challenge with like a broken wrist. I mean, people have
Well,
competed.
we know they're getting worse though, Pam, right? They are getting more and more not lean. Like they're making them just go home and not even letting them try to compete versus back in the day where they were like, no matter what, you can just stay in. I think Nia should have been able to make
I,
her own decision here.
I
Like, what
bet
do we?
we need to, this is where we need to dive into the world because I don't know. My based on nothing guess would be that it was like torn ligament because it wasn't sprained or torn things, not a torn like an ACL, not a major thing, but that they said it, we
Pamela,
don't know.
torn ligaments. I'm not a doctor. I don't. Did anyone not know that? I'm just making it clear. I'm not a doctor. How the hell is she walking on torn ligaments? Can you walk on torn
Well,
ligaments?
sure, or a sprain. I mean, you can walk
A
around on
sprain though, Pam. So what is the line though? Because I'm not even.
torn ligaments just means you've hurt your knee. I mean, literally,
Like
I think there's severity and
what
there.
is the line though? If you have a bone bruise
I'm
or a
sure that
sprain, you can't compete anymore. You have to go home now. Apparently, like
I feel like well, the way it was announced, this is all conspiracies that I am making up right now in real time.
oh, this is good then.
I feel like Naya was told it's this, and we wouldn't recommend doing on it, but it's your decision. I don't think she was so wounded.
Well, then
She
I guess all the confessionals of Nia, this whole thing saying, I came here to compete this season. Well, if you did in production, actually, if here's your conspiracy and they gave you the option, like it's a
I
bruise,
would
you can
still,
compete
again,
or you can go home.
you're on the wrong side of third. It's like my health, or is Nia going to be a challenge champ? Is she going to risk literally damaging herself for? No, I wouldn't do it either, even if I came to compete. I don't fault her that. I feel
Well,
like that's
Pamela, let me ask you this. Is Nia a rock solid player? I'm just curious if you agree with me saying that randomly right now, because someone else said that tonight too.
I say that.
TJ said that.
Yeah, she's
Um,
she's a rock solid person.
I'm
I
just
mean, like
like I don't. What is? We don't know the severity of this knee injury, or yeah, it was knee, right? I-
I'm sure she is on. I'm gonna have to do my post watch catch up on all the social media and all the get all the chatter around the show now. Because I've got a lot of questions that I'd like to, and I have one more little thing that I want to say before we forget.
Hmm.
That's a very small, small thing, but someone was coming down on Justin for being cocky this episode because now
Hmm.
he's the highest male point winner from
He
being
is.
voted
He's
in.
right below Olivia's number one at 20, and then he's the first guy on the board. I think it's 16. Yeah.
And then Bananas is 15. So
Hmm.
uh,
He's tied for with a couple people. Bananas says, yeah.
another reason why Bananas is a target in addition to him being Bananas. But I was thinking, let him have it. Like when you're the underdog to like the top dog, he gets one episode of being cocky. So we'll see if he continues being like that. But I feel like he's really earned his ability to be like enjoying being power.
Yeah. I just think that no one expected him to be as good as he is. So like, dude, like, don't give people a
I
reason now to
did.
think that you're some type of threat because they already threw you in when they thought you weren't a threat. And if it's a physical, here's the thing too. He's doing great. There's no denying he won an elimination. He won a daily challenge. Those were also very based on things that he would be good at with his physical size.
Cheerleaders are like insane athletes. That's where I'm like, don't sleep on cheer.
Okay, let's put him in a hall brawl against somebody. Let's see what happens. He's going to get annihilated, Pamela.
I don't know. I think he also has the Jordan smarts to use his. I don't know if he's as smart as Jordan, but
Dude, he is not built like
not
Jordan
big.
is not like
Those things are becoming less. We'll see. I think he's smart,
put
endurance.
Justin in a pole wrestle. Put Justin in anything
Now,
physical.
but now everything is like you versus you. There's so much. It's like
I agree. There's
will often win.
the chances of him getting put in like a really big physical elimination are pretty slim just because of the way that this whole game is working this season. I'm just saying, if you want to have your five assets to the challenge,
If it was a tackle, he might not win, but that's the
he's
only
gonna get destroyed by some him versus Gabe in something physical. Oh God bless you, Justin. He's gonna
other
make out. He's
other
gonna
than
have
a
a
hall
concussion.
brawl.
Hmm?
Other than a hall brawl, what would Gabe?
A pole wrestle situation. The ball where we have the hoop in the middle of the ring. You have to
Or
put the
being
ball in
bigger,
there.
right,
Hmm?
where you have to be bigger. Okay.
Oh yeah, he's gonna get annihilated by a strength. Any strength elimination, he's gonna get destroyed. Or a strength daily where they have to carry a bunch of bricks 5 miles.
Endurance. Look at him and Rogan. I mean, even that was sort of a strength thing. It was just your own.
That was an endurance thing. That was an endurance thing for
All
sure,
right.
but not a strength. I'm just saying a strength thing. He's gonna have. That's where he's gonna have problems, I think. But we'll see what he might.
I don't know.
Look,
I
you can
don't.
avoid that stuff, Pamela. We know that you can get away with avoiding that stuff and make it to a final. If that is his like I said, as long as you're good at most, if you can be good at four of the five assets that we always talk about, and you can avoid any strength type things being a factor, more power to you, Justin. Go all the way, man.
Yes, I'm really rooting for Justin.
Someone like Justin winning the challenge, I'm there for it, man. I would love to see it because he's in the same boat as Derek. He's not a strong dude. So if Derek can maneuver his way around too, I mean, good for Derek C.
Not that we're taking away from All Stars, but did Derek won Small Stars, didn't he? Did he win? Derek didn't.
Derek got into Derek was one of the finalists, but remember, I don't think he was he the winner. Oh God, I mean, it's my brain is so bad at this
I
point.
don't
Like,
know. I think Justin is a way better athlete
no,
than
Derek C won, didn't he? My point is though too, like someone like Ben. Ben seems like he's more of a slender build too. Um, but like
Ben is adorable. I
you
don't
really
know.
like Ben, huh?
We do. I liked all his comments tonight. I thought it was really funny.
Derek Chavez.
Eric C. One
He made it to the final of All Stars 4, but it doesn't say that he won it.
who won All Stars 4.
I'm clicking on it to find out. And we just watched this season too. It's so sad that we.
I know, but there's so much like even trying to watch this show until I got Philo.
Oh my God, what are we doing, Stacey? It was obviously oh no, All Stars 5 was
Just called me Stacy. That's funny.
what's that?
You just said, "What are we doing, Stacy?"
Oh, did I? I
Yeah.
called you my wife. I say it all
I
the time. What are we doing
I
here?
love you when you're hanging up on a work call. I'm like, shit, sorry. I don't love you. Bye.
Oh, have you done that
You're
too?
used to saying, all right, I love you. Bye. Like,
Um, this is the season where Steve got third place because he messed up that one there, and Laurel won.
oh, Steve and Adam won. Okay, so
No, that's All Stars
the
5.
one before Laurel, right?
The
Because
one
the stupid fucking
before, Derek
stars.
Chavez got eighth place. He made it to the final. Remember, he lost when they were on, I think he was like on top of the car and they had to collect stars and they were flying around, Pam.
Why was
He,
everyone so happy for, yeah, he beat Jordan or something crazy happened where he beat Jordan, hit kicking or something. But why were we so happy? Like, Derek won. Did he just win an elimination?
I mean, he didn't,
Like,
he made it to a Battle of the Eras. He made it to a final. That's the one I think we're thinking of where he did really well.
but
Not
no
All Stars
offense
4.
on
Even though he
Derek's,
made,
but I think
Hmm?
Justin is like a way different category of competitor than Derek C.
Well, he's also a lot young. He's also a lot younger, I would think, too, right?
Younger, but they're just both gay. I mean, like literally, that's where I think the similarities end. I don't, and they're smaller. They're
They're more slender than like a
smaller, but I
Gabe
think
or a Bananas or I mean CT is a different
I
type of
feel
build
like
now.
Justin is going to be really good at more things than we think.
Like, obviously, just based on the first couple episodes,
Well, that's
he's
right. Well,
crushing
that's
it. Yeah,
why I feel that way.
he's crushing it. He's
I
crushing it.
feel
Um,
my intuition is telling me, yeah.
yeah. I just think like, look, at this point, I don't think anything with Naya's knee could have been that bad with this MRI. Obviously, we don't know.
That
Let her
is
compete. Give her the option to compete here. You basically just kicked her out of the game. And when, again, I'll reiterate it one more time. TJ literally says, well, Naya, since you lost tonight's elimination, I'm like, you didn't even give her a chance to compete. You medically DQ'd her. At least rework the verbiage there. There's nothing wrong with saying, since you were medically DQ'd tonight, you're being kicked off the show. Like, what do we? I don't
it's
understand how
so
they can
dumb.
say that.
And it's like when there's like time travel lore or like vampire and they switch the rule. It's like challenge. Stick to your rules. If someone's medically, are they sitting one out while they figure it out? Are they going home? Are they losing that challenge? Like it's annoying because it's very inconsistent.
Ooh, here's fun for you, Pam. I figured out the different ways to pronounce Adrian.
Oh,
Remember last week we were talking about
yes,
this?
yes,
So I pronounce it Adrienne.
right.
Tonight, CT pronounce it Adrienne, like Anne, Anne at the end. Adrienne versus
Maybe
Adrienne.
that's her name. Maybe it's Adrienne.
Maybe it's Adrienne. But
That's why it
I
sounds
also heard TJ tonight pronounce it Adrienne, I swear. So I was like, wait, what's happening? But then CT pronounced it Adrienne. So there you go. There's something fun.
maybe
Um,
Adrienne, like Adri, and then Anne is her name, not Adrian, like we're saying. Maybe her name.
Adrienne versus Adrienne, whatever. And then one more thing about Bananas, real quick. Like, if Bananas is doing this on purpose, saying I am the challenge, would I think that he did it to ruffle feathers and get people pissed off, right?
I think
He's
he's self-aware enough that he,
okay. Okay, then guess what, Pamela? He's doing his job because
but it didn't work. That's what I'm saying. It was still a cringy fail. That's what
it
I'm
was
saying.
definitely a cringy fail.
Yeah.
But my point is he's doing the job in the way that back in the day when he wanted to be the villain, he wants you to him. It's like when you watch an actor and a villain in a movie and he's really making you mad, but this actor in real life is probably a really nice person. They're that good at their job. Here's a great example for you. Bob Saget on Full House. He played America's dad. But guess what? As we all know nowadays, he was nothing like that character, but he's so good at playing that character. We all thought that was really him. But that's
Guess
my
what?
point. Hmm?
Full House wasn't a reality show where
Well, I
Bob
get
Saget
that.
was
My
playing
point is
Bob
though is
Saget.
but
Yeah,
you when you're on a reality show, Pamela, as we've come to say, they're playing
I think
caricatures of
Bananas
themselves sometimes.
is taking, of course, Bananas understands, as the kids say, the assignment. Like, yes, of course,
Mhm.
Bananas understands what he's doing and that he is a character and has been for that. Bananas is bananaing it up. Of course, no, I get that, but it still failed. The point is, it didn't. You can do that and win and be like, oh, Bananas, we love to hate you, and you can do it and be like, oh, Bananas, God. Ooh.
Yeah, and here, if you want a real conspiracy, guess what? That MRI came back negative, but they didn't want Bananas to be the hangnail. This is a real conspiracy for you, Pam. Now, MRI came back clean. Nothing wrong with Nia's knee. I saw her walking around just fine. But guess what? We can't have Bananas be the hangnail this early on. He's obviously carrying this season. Him versus Olivia's minions and Olivia. So boom, let's just Nia. Guess what? Nia sucks. Let's just send her home. Who cares? She goes home early all the time, anyways. People want Bananas around more than Nia. Boom, there you go. There's your conspiracy of the night. That's how
Um,
we can end it.
Speaking of other fails, well, just to give you a Bananas is so good that it's working. It's funny because they're trying to make Olivia his foe the way like Tori was that season. And
Sure.
it's like Olivia's just like, what? Huh? Like I like Olivia, but
There, look, hey,
I think Bananas is giving her a lot more
you all bet you, Pamela, inadvertently, you were giving her credit tonight for putting not only putting America in, but then also having Bananas be tied to that. So you're giving
well, they
Olivia credit
were
too.
first. I'm just saying it's Bananas is good at spinning a narrative enough that people are probably like Olivia versus Bananas when Olivia's just not, I don't know. I just don't think
Olivia
she's
won the daily challenge tonight. You giving Justin
good
credit,
and she
give
does
Olivia
want him,
credit
but
too.
mastermind. Olivia is not, I don't think, a leader. I'm
It
sorry.
well, you know why you feel that way and why I also feel that way because we talked about this earlier in the season. Some seasons she comes to play, and other seasons she's the lady of leisure or whatever. So like, what? I don't. Who are you? I don't know. But then
Yeah, but
again,
still
Theo.
mind wise, she was under Michelle's and Jay. She's never the one that's like
Hey, you
leading.
know what? That movie Freakier Friday just came out. Maybe her and Theo swapped bodies. And now Theo, there you go. Because Theo used to be able to compete. And now he's just falling off stuff and he doesn't got that dog in him now. Wait, maybe because it's Olivia. Or maybe they're just they're such a couple now that they just switch. Oh, they're just, oh, they're one. Who knows?
Maybe.
There's
This
another,
is, it is
there's more
my
conspiracies for
theory
you.
that what's her name and what's his name, whatever. Yeah. All right. We can wrap this
Yeah,
baby.
we'll wrap this puppy up. Okay. Speaking of dogs in the fight, we'll wrap this puppy up. All right. We'll see you next week.
Yes.
Episode 4 coming your way. Again, for all the people that say I like people in the comment section last week said like Dan complains about the season. I'm like, I love this season so far. I don't know what we're talking about here. Like, yeah, I'm not allowed to critique certain players and I don't like to say certain things, but overall, this season is very entertaining so far. I'm into it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Dan, you don't listen to anybody. This is where your platform to express your
Oh,
thoughts and feelings.
I
So
think I do. Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
you
yeah.
do. Yeah. And speaking of which, we love you guys. Thank you. Love us or hate us, just let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'll read them all, and
I'll
I'll
like them
get through
all.
my week
I
either
like
way.
sometimes like things that I don't agree with what they said, but I like that they commented. So just
Right.
to clarify.
The fact that they're that passionate, and that my haters come back every single week. I mean, hate me or like me, you're still watching this every week, so there
Like
you
they're
go.
bananas, Dan. They just love to hate you.
That's true. And I have a feeling we're gonna get a lot of comments that are agreeing with you and hating on me for my bananas take too. But let's see what happens. Let's see what happens.
No one is taking banananess away from bananas, and no one is saying Nye is a star athlete. I just think there's also a bit of other things going on.
For sure. All
Yeah.
right. We'll see y'all next week for episode 4. Bye.
I